Halo sahabat kakek Uban dimanapun kalian berada. Berjumpa lagi dengan kakek Uban. Salam cinta. Sebelumnya kakek mohon maaf karena beberapa waktu ini kakek nggak bisa upload konten karena kesibukan pekerjaan yang lain. Oke, kali ini kakek akan mengetengahkan atau memperlihatkan bagaimana keseharian kakek dan keluarga kakek, di mana film ini dibuat oleh Today, sebuah channel televisi yang beredar di Amerika dan Eropa. Video ini adalah tentang keseharian Winson the Storyteller family, dan juga akan ada interview Miss Wiwin, yaitu istri kakek, dengan dua host dari si morning show dari si Today. Nah, seperti apa kesehariannya? Yuk kita ikutin langsung filmnya. Kita bertemu lagi nanti di kegiatan atau di konten-konten yang lain. Dadah!
So, that night, when the moon shined brightly and all the animals in the farm were sleeping, out there are some animals were not sleeping. Up on the trees, the owls making their sound. Can you help me making the sounds of the owls? While the crickets on the grass, they're also making their sound. Crick, 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 crick. And down deep in the forest, the wolf are howling. Ow! But hey, look! Coco the sheep doesn't sleep that night. And Mr. Owl see that. Coco, why aren't you sleeping? Uncle Owl, I was sad today. But why? Because no one would like to play with me this afternoon. Have you asked your friend why? Well, actually, this morning, I didn't want to share my toys with all my friends, so they left me. Oh, I see that. Coco, it's very nice for you if you could share your toys, even your food with your friends. Because what? Because playing together, sharing are very nice. And believe me, it will make you happy. But I would like to keep my toys for myself. Try to share and you'll be happy. How about that? Would you try for tomorrow? Okay, Uncle Owie, I'll try. So then, that night, Coco learned something from Mr. Owl, that sharing can be fun.
Wiwin Windrati, better known as Miss Wiwin, is a professional storyteller. She is not only about entertaining people of all ages, but also spreading positive messages. She is able to deliver topics such as the battle against drug abuse to family love in an appealing way. Her stories are diverse, from Indonesian and international sources. At times, she will modify them to fit with the context and what message she wants to deliver. For Wiwin, storytelling is not just about telling a story. It's a way to communicate, educate, and sending a message with subtlety. As a former teacher, Wiwin said that when she tells a story, her message were always well received, and the person who heard it did not feel as if they have been forced to.
Out came the sun and dried out all the rain. So Wincy spider climb up the spout again. When I do storytelling, maybe people would say that I will make people happy through my storytelling, but it's actually when I tell my story, the audience listen to my story, experience the story I deliver, they're happy, and the energy of them get back to me. It's like boncing, you know. I will get those energy of the happiness, and it will get back to me, and it will make me even happier. Tell you a story about a little puppy named Spot.
Wiwin does not perform alone. Her husband Sonny, son Kanaka, and daughter Annabella also join her as a storytelling family. Even during the COVID-19 pandemic, Wiwin never stopped performing. She simply goes virtual, still as enthusiastic as ever to deliver her messages in an entertaining way. Ari Satya, Oswald Nainggolan for C Today.
Okay, now we will have a chat with Miss Wiwin, a prominent storyteller from Indonesia. Hi, Miss.
Hi, Miss Wiwin. Oh my goodness. Even the baby and the mommy having a great time listening to your story about the owl, about the wolf. You have such a great profession, Wiwin. Not everybody can do it.
Yeah.
We're mothers. I, for myself, it's very hard to give a story time to my children. But how do you like your profession so far? How long have you done it?
Well, actually, professionally, I started 2008. It was
Oh, wow.
I wasn't mistaken. But then I started before when I was teaching as a teacher for one of kindergarten.
Oh, so you were a teacher before, and then you're a storyteller.
Actually, that's how I start doing storytelling.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah,
because you're a teacher first.
Yeah, because at that time we had the library corner program. So each teacher should deliver stories from the books from the library for their students. So every Friday, can you imagine? Yes, every Friday.
So you're a
With the
caller.
children also.
Yeah, then I fall in love with the storytelling things. You know.
Oh, why do you fall in love with the storytelling? Because it is hard for me to do at home. Even when my son asked me to read one of the stories from his children book, I read it, but in my tone of voice. So I don't have the intonation of a storyteller. What made you fall in love with storytelling in the
Okay,
first place?
maybe at that time, because I was seeing my students enjoying my story, like and then sometimes they're
facial
like
expressions.
sitting on my lap, and then,
Yes.
like enjoying the moment. And the most thing when they said like, Miss, can I hear more stories? Okay,
You like that, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
this is
yes.
very
Contagious, yeah. Their energy is so contagious.
yeah, their happiness is like spreading, and it
yeah.
back to me, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
Those
We see that you're also a very positive person. I mean, since you came here, the room lights up because of you. I guess that's why, children, they're very attracted to positive vibes, right?
Yes.
And of course, when you're doing storytelling, it's different from different ages.
Yes.
If it's like toddlers, you have to be more mimicky, I suppose.
Yeah.
But when they're a little bit older, then, the story has to have meanings on it. Which do you prefer, the little toddlers or the more young adult, not young adults, but young kids?
Young kids.
Well, actually, I deliver my story up to the university students.
seriously?
Yes,
Wow.
but with different concepts, of course. Yeah. So each stages we have different technique in delivering the story. Let's say for toddlers, we need to use pace which is slower. Then some word use deeper so they can understand clearly our pronunciation. And then message maybe for the age of primary school, we can put more message, they
Right.
can get it, but
Like respect and love.
yeah, yeah. For high school student, university, I usually do like monologue things, you know.
Oh, I
It's
see.
also use the technique of storytelling.
Yes.
So it's the idea is the how you use your voice verbal production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's some technique that
Oh.
can be delivered to workshops.
I see. Okay, so it depends on the viewers, the audience, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm curious that people said that being a storyteller makes you feel younger.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Why is that?
Because in my case, it's my profession as I do. Maybe people will see me that my job is a storyteller. You know, I do storytelling here, there, all over the country. But then for me, it doesn't feel like
Doing
I do my job because this is my hobby. This is it's a passion. You know, when you do things that you like, you don't feel like you're working, right?
Yeah. You feel young. Need any facial serum or any skincare, right?
Well, I wish, but then I prefer to use for other stuff.
And then as we see right now, you also have tools other than
Yes.
books. You know, you have your own properties.
Yeah.
For younger children, what usually attracts them? And can they really listen when you have your puppets and everything? Do they still listen to you and the stories?
Yes, okay. Maybe based on my experience with my own kids, I use books for the first time.
Right.
Even when I remember very clear my daughter Annabelle is also a professional storyteller.
Oh,
Since she was a baby, you know, just do like this.
right. So she's still like a baby, like
It's a baby,
6 months.
very baby.
Right.
And then I just use one book with a colorful book, and then just keep the story for her. Every pages.
Oh, this is
okay?
interesting because Shahnas was asking,
Yeah, I was
how young should we read books to our
Yeah.
children?
And then believe me, when the children keep the story in their memories.
yeah?
When the time came,
Yeah.
it will just come out.
Right.
Oh, I see.
Memorizing because like you
Yes.
used to like reading and since they were
Annabelle was
little.
like speech delay, two years and a half. She able to speak.
Right.
But then when she speaks, she can tell every story I've
I see.
read for her
Okay.
with her own words. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, believe me, you tell the stories to your kids, it will kept in their memories and it will come
Okay.
out.
I see.
Story time, baby. Story time.
With music as well.
Right.
Yeah.
We have so many things that we have to ask to
Yeah,
Miss
yeah.
Wiwin, Shahnas.
Yes.
So many things, especially during this pandemic days. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of parents need to be more supportive to our children, maybe by telling a story the way Miss Wiwin is telling stories to the children also. So after this, we're still going to be with Miss Wiwin. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned right here at C Morning Show, only on C Today for World Children's Day.
Hi, you're back on the C Morning Show, still with Miss Wiwin as a storyteller. Miss Wiwin, I need to know as a parent, I want to know the basic principle of storytelling so that we can practice it at our own home.
Okay. The first thing is that you just tell the stories.
Okay.
Tell again and again, you know, maybe for a technique, a little bit that I can share is that everyone, mother, teacher, when you would like to tell the story, you make sure that you memorize the story very well.
okay,
So it's
okay.
not like you read.
Reading a book.
Yeah, but then you
right,
keep
yeah.
the story. You already
Embedded in your brain.
Yeah, okay. Because many times, usually for younger children, books or toys is only for like properties. But then the thing is that the voice, the verbal, they come out from you.
Oh, okay.
And for the story that you will deliver, you can choose from books or from the net, or perhaps your own experience.
Right.
Or you tell the one is easier. I think,
Our
for
own
parents.
story, yeah?
Yes, mother's experience. When I was a child, you know, you can start with that things. I can be more creative by adding things,
Right,
yeah,
right.
as properties, or adding imaginary things in it.
Because they're very visual, right? I mean,
yeah,
they're very
yes.
imaginative, especially when they're children. Now, during this pandemic, there are many children that is stressed out. I mean, we saw in your feature, you were doing, storytelling on Zoom. So do you have any pinpoints for us parents, or maybe teachers that is right now watching? What are great stories to tell for our children as during this pandemic era, and how should we tell it also?
Okay, maybe for this pandemic,
It's like washing your hands, don't forget your mask.
you can use those elements. I mean the healthcare elements, because that the children needs to keep aware about that thing. To
Right.
keep cleanliness and everything.
Yes.
Maybe you can use that thing, and also the idea is then don't get tired, parents and teachers.
Okay.
Everybody
Not
is
get tired.
stressful.
But here's the thing. My son is around 1 year and 9 months, and he has a very short, limited attention span.
Yes.
Now, how do we attract them? How do we use the props to maybe attract their focus to us?
Okay. Many times I saw even my own nieces telling the story to her kids. It's like most of the time, parents wants the kids to follow us.
Right.
But actually, you need to follow them.
Ah.
Okay, because their brain work with their own imagination, not yours.
Right,
Okay,
right.
so
Right,
you
yes,
need to.
that's true.
Sometimes the distraction is, but I want to go over there, but the story is go over there, Yeah.
Like, the story's not finished yet, son. Sit down.
Even when they don't want to listen, okay, you just follow and make the continue of the story.
Right,
It
makes
can be that
sense.
way as well.
Okay.
I mean, that's a very good point, Shadnas. Now, like you don't want your listen. We're always thinking you have to listen to the
Yes.
adults.
Yes.
But now we listen to them what they
Yes.
want at that time. So if
Yeah.
you want to play around, then just play
Because
around.
they're very imaginative, the children.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, younger children especially.
Yeah.
They want you to follow them. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Have their own here.
We
Imagination.
need your tips also how you can stay active, especially with little children. So we have to be happy all the time.
All the time
very
be happy and work out in the morning, of course.
There you go.
Make you happier.
Yes. So you start working out in the morning.
Yes.
Now, Miss Wiwin, what are the points that we need to do, like prepare before we're doing a storytelling to our children, or maybe like to teachers, to students?
Okay,
What do we have to prepare?
Okay, when I was a child, there's people said that tell the story before the bedtime. Okay.
Oh, bedtime
Then I
story.
believe now it's kind of different condition.
Yeah.
You can tell anytime on the way to the school, in the car, or maybe just look at the condition of the child when they're not too tired doing the school stuffs, which is okay. Sometimes make them stressed.
Okay. But how often do we need to tell the stories to our children? How often in a day?
My tips is like 5 to 7 minutes is the magical time.
5 to 7
You
minutes?
only need 5 to 7 minutes. That's
Okay.
magical time to tell a story, any story, your own
Okay.
experience, or suddenly on the way from the office you see some things on the way, and then it
okay.
will be your story. I would like to tell to my son when I get home.
Yes,
Okay.
As many stories as possible? Or 5 to 7 minutes?
Yeah, no, 5 to 7 minutes, one story with one message only.
Oh, okay.
And if you would like to use characters, for younger children, not more than 2, just 1 or 2 characters.
Oh, okay.
Enough, because they have limited for concentration of which one is the correct
Focus,
you know.
right?
Yes.
And also, I think giving our children time also to storytell.
Yes.
For them to like giving us any stories they
and
want to
also,
share, right?
after you tell 2-3 times stories, you can ask them, can you continue my story?
Oh,
And
the
you
same
become
story.
Yeah. Ask them to join, you know, like what I was delivering just now. Can you help me making the sounds of the animal?
Oh,
That's also
making
already-
it interactive, yeah.
Engage them to the story.
Right.
Start with that.
Well, Shanas, we learned a lot from Miss Wiwin today. So many things that we've learned so much. Thank you very much, Miss
you,
Wiwin,
Miss
to be here with
Wiwin.
us, our Indonesian
You're
permanent
welcome.
storyteller. Thank you for the tips. Me and Shanas, we're going to go home and we're going to read books to our kids.
Yes.
Right now, after this.
I will practice it for sure.
Thank you very much, Miss
Miss Wiwin.
Bye-bye, Owl and Lamb.
Moving on, the achievements of Indonesia's youth are worthy of recognition.